Good morning, seventh graders. I wasn't expecting to be out today, but my son has the stomach flu. So I am going to record a lesson for you so that you don't get behind. So I don't even have a ruler. I don't have all my fancy colored pens or anything like that, but we're just going to make it happen. So let's go ahead and set up your page for notes. Oh, I have a cat here that really wants to play, so you might see her little face popping into the screen every now and again. Let's see, what is today, the 10th? And our objective for the day is I can solve real world percent increase and decrease problems. Okay, so yesterday we just focused on percent increase and decrease. We didn't apply it to anything in the real world. So today we're going to take the skills that you learned yesterday and we're going to apply it to things that that actually you will encounter in the real world. We've actually already talked about one of those things. And that was tip, okay, gratuity is what it's called. And so, hey, no eating the paper. So if you go to a restaurant and your check total was like maybe, let's say $56.87. And you need to leave a tip for your server. We did this the other day. So you can take your check amounts and let's say that you want to leave a 15% tip, which is very common for servers. Then you would cross multiply and divide here. Now, I'm so unprepared that I don't even have a calculator, so I'm going to use the calculator on my computer. So 56, you guys can use the calculators in the boxes though. Times 15 divided by 100. Okay, so that would be, if you type it into your calculator, you get 8.5305. Okay, now just a reminder, we don't want that whole thing. We're talking about money here. So we need to cut it off right there, okay? You need to round it. In this case, since it's a 0, it's just gonna stay the same. So your tip is gonna be $8.53. And then your total, you're just gonna add them up. I don't know if you guys can hear her purring, but she is so loud. Okay, so your total bill would be $65.40. So that was an example of a percent increase problem. Okay, what we did is we found the tip and the percentage of the tip. We used the percentage of the tip to find out how much money that would translate to, and then we added it on, so it increased. So I want to give you now an example of percent decrease. Okay, so let's say that you go to a store. You are shopping with a friend. um, let's say that you see that my cat is going crazy next to me, that Nikes are 25% off. Okay, now this is an example of a percent decrease problem because you're going to find that 25% of your Nikes and you're going to subtract it. It's making the price of the item decrease. Okay, so you're shopping with a friend, you see that Nikes are 25% off. If the shoes you want are $60 originally, let's do that. I feel like I spelled that wrong. Originally, is that an I maybe? I'm over it. Okay, originally. How much would they cost after the discount? Okay, so again, we're going to set up proportions here, and I'll frame it out for you. Okay, this is your original price. It was an I. That's an I right there. And there's only one N. There we go. Original. Okay, and then this is going to be the discount. How much money you're taking off. And then percents are always out of 100. Okay, so you're always going to put it in this form. So let's go ahead and actually put it in this form, solve it, and then apply the discount. So the original price of the Nikes is $60. The percent of the discount was 25. And we're going to cross multiply and divide here to find out what 25% of 60 is. So if you use your calculator or anything like that, you would find that 25% of 60 is $15. Okay. Now you're not paying $15 for your Nikes. It says 25% off. So we actually need to subtract this to find out how much the Nikes will cost after the discount. Okay, and I get $45. So we can say the Nikes will cost $45 after the discount. Okay? All right, I'm going to show you one more example, and it's a percent increase problem, and then I'm going to have you do some work on your own. I'm going to flip my paper over right now. If you're not ready to do that, just click pause. So we're going to do increase problems now. Make sure you can see all of my paper. There we go. Okay. A good example of an increase problem is tax. When you buy something at a store, you don't just pay the cost of that item. They always add on a little bit at the checkout counter, and that is tax. Tax goes to the state and to the government to provide money for everything that the state does. So your roads that you drive on, the school that you go to, all of that is paid for with taxes, okay? This is a particular kind of tax. It's called a sales tax. So let's say you purchase a sweatshirt for $42. It's a nice sweatshirt. And let's say that the tax, actually, I want to be very specific. The sales tax rate is 7.5%. Okay, so what that means is that they find out what 7.5% is of your item, and then they add that onto the cost. So that when you check out at the checkout stand, you pay for the $42 and you pay for the 7.5% in taxes. Okay? This is a percent increase problem because it's being added on. You have to pay that. So let's go ahead and set up in the same form that we did on the other problem. Our proportions, the way that we're setting it up like this, is just the key to solving these correctly. And you can relate it to all kinds of percent problems. So we've got our original, the price of our sweatshirt, and then we have 7.5 over 100, okay, because this is our percent over 100. Now, again, I don't have a calculator, so I'm going to use my computer, so give me just a second here. This is 42 times 7.5 divided by 100. Okay. So I'm getting that the sales tax is going to be $3.15. All right, just use your logic here. If you get some number that's really big, chances are you did it wrong. Sales tax is not meant to be almost the same price, because if you had gotten $31.50, like your decimal place was in the wrong spot, that wouldn't make sense. They're not going to charge you for almost the same amount as the item costs for tax. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the original cost of your item, your sweatshirt. Now we're going to add on the tax. All right, so the amount that you're going to pay for that sweatshirt when you leave the store is $45.15. So you will pay $45.15 for the sweatshirt after tax. Okay, after tax means that the tax has already been applied. Okay, so that's some examples of percent increase and percent decrease. Now I have some pages out of your packet that I'm going to have you do. So let me pull those up. All right, so I'm going to have you do page 4. So this is packet 7-12. You're going to do page 4. All right. Then you're going to do, on page 4, you're going to do numbers 1 through 8. I feel like 9 and 10 are a little confusing. And then on the next page, page 5, you're going to do numbers let's see, the whole page, so 11 through 19. And I don't have your assignment sheet here, so I cannot remember what I assigned for homework. It might include this. If it does include this, just do it and be done. If it doesn't include this, then you'll have an assignment tonight to work on, just to review all of this. If you have any questions, I don't know if I'm going to be back tomorrow or not. It just depends on when my son starts feeling better. So if I'm not there tomorrow, then I will make sure to find something for you guys to work on that will help you to not get behind. So have a great day, be good for the sub, and I'll see you when I get back.